right. This is the Best Experience with your host, Nick Best and the Angry Dad. And before we get into today's podcast, I'd like to thank Barbell Apparel, premium athletic wear engineered for performance with a tailored athletic fit, refined clothing for an athletic body type. Evolution Athletics, supportive gear company owned by Brian Shaw, four-time world's strongest man. We believe in all athletes and supporting their journey towards greatness. First Form. Our mission is to help real people get real results and long-term results. All right. That's what I'm saying. All these links in the notes, please use them. It really helps us out. And we have Chad Coy on the show today. And, you know, Chad, thank you for joining us.
Living legend and walking fossil. What's going on, bud?
Legend and walking fossil. Nice.
Living legend and walking fossil. I mean, that's a big 2 days. You're older than me, so.
I know. 2 days older than me. I know. It's a long 2 days. That's for sure.
So what's going on, bud?
Just hanging out, you know, getting ready for our show here. It's coming up soon, July the 8th.
That's it, July 8th. And you're with
what's your show called?
So okay, well, we've got the Central USA Strength Expo, and then we have the 22nd Central USA Strongman Strongwoman Challenge. That's for the amateurs. That's sanctioned through USS. And then, last year we had Masters Clash, which was a Clash show, but Clash has gone away. So now it's called the Pro Strongman League. So we've got the Pro Strongman League Masters Championship, and we have a women's division, a 40-plus men's division, and a 50-plus men's division.
Nice. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
Just, you know, I think the thing is like, as I got older, which was a long time ago, as I got older, it's like, you know, where do the Masters go? And there was nothing for the Masters. And so in 2012, I started the first Masters America Strongest Man. It was sanctioned through ASC. You know, we ran that for several years, which then led to Glenn Ross's show, which was Ultimate Strongman, which for several years could use the title of Masters World Strongest Man, at least until Official Strongman took that back. I believe, was that 2017? I think the first year you were.
16.
Was it 16? 2016, yeah.
16.
So, I mean, that's kind of what it was. It was just give a place for the old guys to go compete. And then, you know, over years, as I got closer to 50, you know, we conned Lynn Morehouse with OSG into putting on a 50-plus class, which is going into its third year now. So, which you played second last year. Which was an awesome feat. I mean, I survived and placed sixth. So
you did great.
Two strong old dudes.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. That was my last show. So it's still hard to live with, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Moving forwards, it'll be. Yeah. It's good. I'm going to power lift instead. So, but
yeah.
So what's going on? Who are the big people coming into your show? I mean, I know Brian's going to be there.
Well, yeah, Brian's coming back. I think the crazy thing is, like, you think the first time he came to our show was 2014 when he was 2 times World's Strongest Man, and that was the 20th version of the show. So he's back. Travis Ortmeyer's coming back. He's going to come after that Masters title. In the Masters men, the 40-plus, there's Travis Ortmeyer, Mitch Hughes, Chris Schwant, Doug Maywell, who was there last year, Gary Lloyd, who was there last year, David Beyer, Kip Leitner, and then Jesse Landis. So we've got a nice little lineup there. It's a little light. We had, like, you know, as Masters go, we kind of sometimes brittle. So we had like 4 guys drop out in that class. Now, the women's class, which I said last year because everyone cried, why don't you have a women's division? I said, if I don't die from running the show, I'll put on a women's division next year. So we have 5 ladies, Kristen Anderson, who's actually from Springfield, Missouri, Christy Stefanik, Jenny Morgan, Christina Bro, I can never pronounce her name, Brio, and then T. York, which I can never remember what her first name is. So we've got 5 ladies that want to fight for that. And then the Masters 50-plus men, you know, we've had like 4 guys drop out, but we still have a pretty healthy group of guys. So Albie Machaney, who's the big bad Santa, he just turned 50, so he's coming to play. Dennis Troll, who was 5th last year at Masters 50 Plus Worlds, will be there. Mike Cromer just turned 50. The pressing phenom. He's going to come clean it up. Mark Bevins, who's been in the sport for a very long time. I think the first time we competed against each other or were at the same show was like 1999.
Man.
Wow.
Andrew Burwell's from Canada. He did a great job. He made the finals last year at Masters 50 Plus. Steve Islas, Joe Groppe, who was the winner of the press. He did a great job in the pressing. Lee Woody, who was 7th at 50 Plus. George Pearson, who was 3rd. Eric Schmidt, and then Brad Carell from Australia is coming back. So we got a good group of guys. It's going to be a knockdown drag out. I don't know who's going to win. I think the cool thing is we contacted Lynn, so we're working with OSG. So all of our winners get a spot to OSG and the official Strongman Games and the Masters World Championship, and we're paying their entry.
Man, that's a big help. That's a big help.
Yeah, that's a big help.
Yeah.
So it's getting up there. It was what,
$285. So we're picking up that bill. Plus we have prize money and stuff. So
nice.
That's good. And you guys are going to be live streaming too. So I'll make sure for those who want to watch this show, the link will be in the notes.
Yeah.
So ADL Live
up with ADL. They're going to live stream the Master Show. We start at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So it's pretty early for you folks out there in Vegas.
That's like 6.
Yeah, it's like
6 in the morning.
I think it's like
that's okay. I wake up at 6. It'll be fun to wake up to.
I mean, that's how you wake up. You can have a cup of coffee and get your morning going right. Watch some streaming.
Actually, to be honest, I'll actually be awake that day.
Well, maybe that'll be your motivation.
I'll be in Norway.
That's right. You will be in. That's right. You're in FIFA.
That's why I'm not going there. Yeah, I'm in FIFA.
Yeah. Well, what kills me is Kiki and I tried to work that out. Like I was going to go there. I was going to have her come here, but it's like this was the weekend that worked for our venue and for Brian. So
right.
Kind of got to do it when it works.
Exactly. That's the one thing about throwing the shows. You got to go when it's time to go.
Yes, for sure.
When the opportunity is available.
Yeah.
Because now, the venue can be booked up and it's just hard to get that out. So
I think the nice thing is next year, if Brian comes back, we don't have to worry about his competition schedule because he's finishing his career at the Shaw Classic this year, August 19th and 20th. So I'm just going to be all a shameless plug for the Shaw Classic.
Right.
There's still tickets left. I think you should buy one, go watch the show, because I will say this. Having been to every major show, every major pro strongman show, I can honestly tell you this. The Shaw Classic far exceeds everything else you've ever seen.
Right.
That's it. And then you're going to get the added bonus of that.
And they've got the best looking judge.
Yeah.
Mark Philippi?
Yes. My brother, Mark Philippi. That's the thing. Like, we look at I got to do this so we don't look like the same.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. No, that's true. No, that's cool, man. I'm excited. It's going to be a neat and fun show to watch, and they're going to battle it out. So it's going to be good. What are the events and what are the weights?
Well, the events, we have a Conan's wheel. So the weights vary. I think it's 400 for the women, 550 for the 50 plus guys, and like 650 or 660, something like that for the 40 plus guys. So I've tested all the weights. The 660, I really don't like it. Used to be Conan's wheel was one of my favorite events. It just hurts, and I don't like it. I took the Masters 50 plus weight for a turn and said, you know what? It's doable. No one's going to zero it. So we're good. Had a couple of people test the women's. It worked out well. So I think that's going to be a good event. We're going to actually run 3 at a time. So it'll be kind of cool to watch our show because you're
3 Conan's wheels going at the same time.
We actually have 4, but we're only going to run 3 because that's what ADL wants us just to run 3. So we'll run 3 at the same time. So the whistle will blow. Everyone's picking up. Everyone's going. It's like a race.
There we go.
I think it's
it'd be really funny if you could go in whichever direction you wanted, and you had people going opposite directions.
No, we're all going clockwise, man. All starting in the same spot. It's all going to be marked off. It's going to be awesome. So the second event will be the deadlift. So the ladies, I think, are pulling 375, I believe.
Okay.
The Masters 50 plus is pulling 550 or 250 kilos. And the Masters 40 plus is pulling 660 or 300 kilos.
And this is for reps?
That's going to be for reps. They have 60 seconds to get it done. No suits allowed.
Ooh, I like that.
So we took the suits out of the equation because I think that shows some pure raw strength. Not that, I mean, you got to be a good puller even if you're in a suit, but still, I think that's going to cut down the number of reps. I don't think we're going to see like double digits.
There we go.
But I think that makes it interesting.
So are you going to no figure eights or because I know that they had banned them for World's Strongest. So are you guys going to be allowing?
You know what? I wrote the rules so long ago, I can't remember. If the figure eights are there, then your thumb has to be around the bar.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily hate figure eights. Personally, I don't use them, because one time I had to use them. I wanted to finish the rep and I tried to let go. And the next thing you know, I face planted. So it wasn't a good experience for me. So I actually use Olympic half straps, which then I can release whatever I want. So I'd actually have to look back at the rules. I can't remember if we allowed them or not. I think since Cerberus is a sponsor of Pro Strongman League, I think we left them in.
Okay.
Okay.
The third event will be an axle clean and press away. So the ladies are pressing 175.
Okay.
The Masters 50 plus is pressing 255. And then the 40 plus guys are doing 300.
So Cromer's going to do 20.
I kind of don't see anybody even come close to Cromer. He's a pressing.
Not on the overhead, no.
Not in that. To be honest, he's deceptively fast in the farmers and the yoke. Because in the 2017 USS Pro Nationals, I mean, he won the farmers medley and he won the yoke. He just bungled the bags and the bag load. That's what cost him. He won the press, he won the farmers, and he won the yoke, and then placed third. So that's why you got to be consistent
all the way through. Yeah,
all the way. So the fourth event is a farmer's walk and a yoke medley. So it's farmers down and back, and then yoke down and back. The distance is listed as 50 feet. Once we get in the venue, I've got to look at it. We might have to shrink that down a little bit. I mean, all the guys listening are going to be like, "Oh yes, please shrink it down." So
lengthen it.
The women's weight is like 180 and like 450 for the women's masters, which I think is a pretty stout weight. The 50 plus guys are going to do 260 in the farmers, so down and back, and then 770 in the yoke. So not lightweights, especially for 50-year-old men. That's moving. So I think it's going to be good. The young masters are going to do, I believe, 300 per hand, and then 850 on the yoke. Again, I wrote these weights like 6 months ago, so I can't.
Yeah.
And the last event is something a little unique. We're going to do a bag toss for reps.
Ooh.
So the women have a 35-pound bag. The 50-plus guys have a 55-pound bag, and the young masters have a 65-pound bag. It's over a 12-foot bar. The women are over 10. The men are over 12. But it's for reps. So you've got to toss your bag, and then you got to chase it down and toss it again. And to be honest with you, when I tested that out, I did 7 reps and thought I was going to vomit. Because it was
that's gonna be sucky running to get the bag and then get it back over to there, because if you throw it too hard too far, you're gonna pay a penalty.
I will say this: there's a little strategy to it. You got to be in condition. You can't be a 2 pump, swing throw. It's got to be swing and go, because you're gonna. I don't see anybody getting. Yeah, it's 60 seconds, man. You gotta go. So I think that's going to be good. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a good show. We're going to run it fast. Nick, you know how I like to run my shows fast. We will finish this puppy in 2.5 hours. I mean, we're going to get these old geezers out so they can get a good nap and get to their dinner at 4:00.
Okay.
Yeah. But we've only like with the number of people we have, it's 24 athletes. It's going to be like 2 flights of women. I want to say it's 3 flights of the 40 plus guys and then 4 flights of the 50 plus guys. So it won't take long. And we've got so much warm up equipment. We're going to have multiple extra yokes and extra farmers on top of the contest equipment. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably have 3 in the warm up area and 3 out. I think the number one complaint I've ever heard at any show is there's not enough warm up equipment. So we take that seriously. And we're going to have echo bikes. We're going to have rowers. You're going to have all the barbells and stuff. So it's going to be awesome. Doug Madewell from Madewell Strength is supplying all of our equipment. So everything that's there is for sale after the show. So you can pick some stuff up at a pretty good price. I think that's great. Intech Barbell is going to bring up all of the barbells. So we're using an Intech Power Bar, and they're going to bring up all the plates for the show. So, which is still also, we're selling all that at the show. So we don't want to really take anything home if we don't have to. Cool. So that's pretty cool. Our title sponsor is the United States Marine Corps.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, they really battered up. And last year we had the Air Force. This year the Marines stepped up. They gave us a lot of money, and they're going to be there. We do a lot of work with the recruits for Marine recruits and all the recruits here in town, just giving back to them. It's just a way to say thank you for protecting our freedom. But they're going to be out there. They're going to they're going to bring out a big truck, and they're just going to do some cool stuff. I don't want to let out. You got to show up to see it, to see how cool stuff they're going to do. So.
Sounds like there'll be some pull-up challenges over there.
There's going to be some pull-up challenges. Top all that off. So we've got the 2 Strongman shows. We also have CrossFit Fringe, which is one of our local CrossFit boxes. Tyler Lastly's a good buddy of mine. One of the first guys I met when I got here. Allowed me to come over to his gym and train. Didn't even charge me.
Nice.
And just let me train there. And, we got to be really good friends. And they're going to put on a DecaFit, which is part of like the Reebok Spartan race. They've got, so they're starting at 7 a.m. going till 7 p.m.
Oh,
so our masters are in the morning. They're going all day. And then once the masters finish, what's that?
Are you sure you're not doing that one? That sounds like your thing, man.
That's That's 10 minutes of cardio. I don't want to do 10 minutes of cardio. I'm good for about 90 seconds of all out effort, and that's it.
No,
that's plenty. That's plenty. That's plenty. But they're going to be there, and then the amateurs. We'll finish the masters. We'll clear the field, let everyone grab some lunch, and then the amateurs are going to kick off at 2:00. And again, we should be done with them by about 6. We got about 70 athletes in that show.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Cool. About how many years of experience do you think is going to be at this event?
Oh God, I don't know. I'd have to have a calculator to figure all that shit up. There's
well,
a lot.
Chad alone.
There's a lot of guys there. Honestly,
yeah.
I think like you look at Mike Cromer. Mike, I met Mike in '99 at Beauty and the Beast, so he's been going as almost. I started 5 years before that, but he's still been going. There's guys. Guys have came in and out. A lot of new guys that didn't get in the sport till like 5 years ago. So I look at like Mike. Mike has a lot of wear and tear. I've got a lot of wear and tear. There's 120 shows under my belt. That's a lot of shows. But a lot of cool people. I think what's funny is like someone asked me what I do. It's like, well, it's a great way to get all my friends together and just hang out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, that's one of the reasons why I do it, because I still have so many good friends in it. No, I'm just excited to be able to. I look at this. I just want to give back to the sport, and keep something alive for the mature athlete. Yeah, there we go. The seasoned athlete that wants to continue to compete. Because I laugh because all these young kids are like, you know what? I'll never go to Masters if I can't compete in the Open. Fuck it, I'll never compete again. And then you turn 40 and you're like, hey, wait a second, I still like doing this stuff. And I want to still compete. I still want to have an outlet for that athletic endeavor. So it's like, and then you turn 50. You're like, man, I really don't want to compete with those 40-year-old kids anymore. So, and the thing is, like, I don't know, last year at Masters Worlds, it went down to the wire. You didn't know who was, you kind of knew who was going to win because Mark had done such a great job, but like who was going to be on the podium, And I think there was still a shot at going into that final event that it was between Andy Clark from England and Nick. And And
Andy was in second, and then George was in third, and I was in fourth.
Right. So you jumped over the clip.
We were all a point apart.
Yeah.
So, and then we finished the way it finished, like George beat Andy, who's 2 points ahead of me, and then I beat George and Andy. So that's why I got second.
Well, I think that's what makes it so interesting. You didn't know who was going to win. And I said that whole show. It's like, I think it's going to go down the wire. I don't think you're going to know who's going to be on. I don't think you'll know who's on the podium until the last event.
Right.
Mark had a stellar day. I mean, it was just it was Mark's day that day. I mean, it's like I've seen enough contests like you see when a guy's like he's on fire, and he had a great day.
And I was still just
you were still fighting, coming back after
dropping the bar and then finding out. Yeah, there was a lot of psychological behind that.
Everything else. So
right.
But
so
there was no way I wasn't going to do it. So I just went and did it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what? I'm a little pissed off still that you just didn't tell us it was your last one until you walked out and dropped your shoes out. Not that we'd have done it any differently, but still, you come walking off and you dropping those. I'm over here crying. I got to still go do stones. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I was. It was just. It was a decision I had been thinking about a lot of the weekend, and it's kind of just didn't know what it was going to be after the kidney because I kind of knew at that point. We knew the tumor was there. We knew that they were probably going to take the kidney. We just didn't know if it had spread into the ureter or the bladder. Right. And so we still had that to find out, and I knew it was coming out soon. I just didn't know how soon. And I had started reading up a lot on kidneys and their function and rhabdo and like all the issues with it, with training and stuff like that. And I just figured since I came into this anyway, I might as well do it there because I don't know if I'll ever do another full strongman contest. You know what? You made the decision. It's not, you've had a storied athletic career, playing college football, being a world-class powerlifter for 3 decades. That's what, Ben and I were talking before you got on. It's like, it's like when I met you in 2005, I mean, you've been competing did they switch over? Was it ADFPA or did they switch over to USAPL by then? It switched to USAPL in 1997. Okay. So the last year, the ADFPA was 1996. I just dated myself because the ADFPA was there when I started powerlifting, so ADFPA, USA powerlifting. But, we were talking about that. It's like, you came up and you're in a drug tested organization. You built your strength through training. Right. And I think that's the hard thing. Ben and I were talking about longevity. It's like all these kids coming into the sport, they just think that's, jump on some drugs and that's what's all it takes. Like it's all in your training and training smart and what's your longevity, Well, I think a lot of the industry has it all completely backwards anyway. I mean, if you really look at things, we know muscle takes about 2 days to heal from an intense workout. When they cut your stomach open and sew it back together and the muscle heals, it takes about 8 weeks for that to heal. When they reattach your tendon to your bone, to be all the way healed, it takes about 6 months because there's less blood flow in the area, there's less nutrients, there's less everything. Well, what makes you think it's not the same in training? It is. Tendons heal 3 times slower than muscle. That means they're not healed till the 6th day or 7th day. And everybody's worried about how fast muscle recovers when that doesn't matter. And that's what nobody seems to get. It matters how fast your connective tissue heals. Your connective tissue, your CNS. I mean, too many people are just pounding their CNS and they wonder why they're fried all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or the young kids that like have to psych themselves up and shit. Like, you take a deep breath and just go do it. Act like you've been there. It's like it's like we're at Worlds and like Nick Wortham, the young kid, 23-year-old. It's like he's all fired up, yelling at you. It's like, dude, just chill out. He's gonna squat this. He's fine. He doesn't need you to yell at it.
There's a difference between 23 and 53. I don't need you to yell, because those guys do that shit to me all the time. Like, you guys don't need to yell at me. I'm going to do the lift. I get in my own head. I don't need you to yell at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's being able to get into your head and do that regardless of what the music is, regardless of what the situation is, regardless of anything, and just do it. If you can't put yourself in the state to do whatever it is that you need to do athletically or lifting wise or whatever, all by yourself, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. You shouldn't need to go.
It's great when you got great music and great training partners. I'm not going to lie. I like
it's
that.
nice.
It's like I train by myself half the time now, so I just go in, I know the numbers, I know the training, just got to get it done. There's nothing magical about it. Just go punch the clock. Now, if it's a great day and you're feeling great, take a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Some days you come in and you feel like dog shit, take a little bit less. You've got to be able to auto-regulate, and I think that's the hard thing. Everyone has a issue with looking at how do I auto-regulate my own training. If you're not feeling well, don't push it. That's when injuries happen.
Right. Learning how to read your body.
If you come to the gym and you're having a shit day, pack it up and leave. It'll still be there tomorrow.
Yeah. Like a day ago, Nick had the same thing where he called me. He's like, I'm leaving. It's too much today. And I'm like, but that's the thing, is like, it's understanding, just like you said. It's like, oh, okay, guess what? I pushed myself a little too much. I need to recover and relax. And unfortunately, everyone's like, I need to outwork, I need to outtrain, I need to outdo these things. But you also need to understand, just like you said, your CNS, your body, your tendons, your muscles. You got to be able to read that shit. Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the thing is, like, understanding, I think that's the hardest thing, understanding your body. Even if again, I coach a lot of people and my athletes, you got to understand your body today. And I can write the greatest program, but if you're not feeling today, maybe it's just not there. So you got to have the room to have your clients do an audible. You're pushing. There's only, like, everyone's like, they try, like, well, I'm benched 500 for one today. I'm going to bench 550 at the meet in 8 weeks. Like, dude, like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's not magic. It just takes time. And I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of young kids to realize, is that strength comes over time. You look, I started training in 1980, that's a long, long time. I laugh because my numbers are not quite 10% below they were at my best. And now I'm closing in on 55, like this year, like, I've got this bum knee, trying to get it rehab because I want to squat 700 again. I've done it for 30 plus years. I want to do it again. My presses, my strict press I've been focusing a lot on because I can't really push a lot because that aggravates the shit out of my knee. So, when my timeline popped up, it was like I had my best ever strict press was 300 pounds. Now I'm strict pressing 265. So it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So you train it, and I think that's the cool thing as an older coach. I've lived through my 20s and my 30s and my 40s, now in my 50s. So, like, a lot of people I coach, they're younger. It's like I've been through that portion of my life. It's really fun to watch them when they're making all these crazy gains because you're like, God, I'm kind of jealous. Really wish I had a really good coach when I was in my 20s. I had but then what do you learn over time? You can pass it on. So, I train a ton of athletes because at the Pre-C School, we focus on kids. So I've got kids and teams, and I've got strength athletes. Mm-hmm. So I'm in charge of about 300 people's different workouts, so it's really fun to watch. I just had one of my soccer kids. He's just turned 14. He's 150 pounds. He just pulled 315.
Whoa.
With perfect technique, but I've been training him since he was 9 years old, Mm-hmm. So it's just, when you see that stuff, it's cool. Or like, Nick squatted with you down in at Worlds, and he just hit a 735 for a triple on his deadlift.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And he just crushed. He's really working his butt off for this USS Pro International. Yeah. He pulled he yoke walked 1,000 pounds like it was nothing.
Yeah, I just saw him post a video for it not that long ago.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And then just this last weekend, they're messing around with the stones. He loaded the 430 stone. Like 4 times.
I seen it. I was like, God damn, because we were said, he's this is younger Nick for those who are listening, because Chad's got his guy is Nick, and we got Nick here. So we got you've got much better looking Nick and then younger Nick.
I thought we were going to call it old Nick and young Nick.
I'm just trying to be nice.
It's funny that we were at Worlds and it was like so he's around Trey. Him and Trey were hanging. They were all together. So it's like I guess there was the Land Before Time. It was like Big Horn, Little Horn.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely hilarious. But you know what's funny is like when you've done it for a long time and you see kids like that. I mean, I've got a few kids that are just phenomenal. That will end up turning pro and have a great shot at going somewhere with it, And then I got a couple of other. I mean, Trey and Kevin are doing great. I mean, they're both getting ready for Giants Live in England, and they both go to the North Americans. And after that, they're at the Shaw Classic. So it's fun to juggle different events and teach different skills. And I don't know. It's gonna be a fun summer.
That's it. It's definitely gonna be a fun summer. It's gonna be a great summer to watch too, because like I said, we got a lot of events coming up, and that's like one of the main focus of what we're talking here today is you guys are promoting the sport that gave everything to you, and that's what we want to do. Because like I said, the more people that know about this, because social media can only reach so far, videos can only reach so far, but we want to try to make sure that we're expanding as far out as we can to help you guys and help everyone find this sport. And I don't know how many people I've grown up knowing that are like, oh, I used to watch Strongman when I was a kid, or I've seen Strongman on TV, and I'm like, guess what? It's still going, it's still thriving. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes just a little quick glimpse, a little video, a little shot, and all of a sudden the sport's revigorated in somebody.
Well, I think it's kind of funny because when I'd seen it when I was a kid, it was like 1994, and I remember, and I'm sure Nick can remember Randy Strawson from Iron Mine, and it's like I got the magazine, Milo, and I'd ordered some equipment, and I was like, I finally called Randy up and said, I want to find a strongman contest. He said, well, there's one in Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania, and it's at this time of the year. It's like I can't do it then because I'm playing football. So we decided to put on our own show. So that's how we started the Central USA in 1994, and we just grew it every year. And at one point, it was the biggest show in the United States. It's still the longest running show in the United States. So it's kind of a neat thing there. I always akin it to like the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. But I think we were the first show to ever have a woman show. I had a woman show for 3 years before I actually had a woman do the show. So go figure. Then we started it. Yeah, we recycled those trophies a lot. Then we did. We were the first people to have weight classes. We were the first people to have a novice class. So I just want to get more people into the sport. So we're owning a gym. I don't. That was around that same time we were in the mix of it. I was kind of really there with Willie and Dion and the old pirate Jim Davis. Remember Jim Davis? I've been literally, I laugh because I've been here since the beginning, and I'm probably one of the only ones that has been between, I was in it before Willie and Dion got into it and they bought the North American Strongman Society from Bill Holland, and then they formed their company, and then they've split off. So they've had US, they had NAS and North American Strongman Society, and then they went to American Strongman Corporation. So that was like ASC, then that's shortened down to Strongman Corp. And then Willie came out in 2014 and did USS. So, again, I've known those people for a long time, and, I'm friends with them, friends with Willie, was there, we've done all kinds of cool stuff. They both run a good business. So, I'm like this. I support all strongman. Yes, I sanction with the USS, been to Strongman Corp Nationals as a master, send athletes to it, support Lynn at OSG, the Shaw Classic. Whatever it is in Strongman, it's like, I have no issue. If you need help, I'll be glad to be there and help because I want to see the sport grow. And the great thing is, if we look at where we're at, Nick, you're in a downtown street doing a contest, and now we're doing contests in big venues.
Yeah.
It came a long way.
Yeah.
Parking lots, it's where it was. Now we got venues. Now look at, Europe has it a lot more than we do, but look what Brian's doing with this the Budweiser Center. It's going to be off the hook. And then just the sheer cool ass equipment he's making. I can't wait to see the bench press. I've seen like on one of his videos, I saw the power stairs, and now they're gonna have Fingal's finger. It's just it's kind of like that next level stuff. And I think the cool thing is now you've got people actually making a living off of it. I mean, I had a sponsor at one time for like 3 years that gave me a lot of money to travel, so I did every show I could. I didn't make a lot of money, but so I look at if I got $20,000 to travel and I made $11,000, that's $31,000. I made as a pro strongman. I mean, Nick, you had the opportunity with the TV show, and like you've had so much other stuff, and it's like I want to see that for where the kids that are coming up now that are in their 20s. Can they make a living as a strongman? Can you monetize strongman? And I think that's where I want to continue to see it grow. Is keep giving people opportunities. And like specifically for us, I mean, the Masters class, like give the Masters something. You know what? I hope there's a 60+ Masters Worlds, because fucking A, I'll just have to live that long and survive and I'll be the only one left. But God damn it, I'll win that Worlds. Those 2 second places just have me in the mouth.
Well, I'm never going to say never, but it's not very likely. But if the right situation comes up, you could see me back doing a strong.
Well, if there's a 60+ Masters Pro, your ass better do it.
Well, he's just 2 days behind you.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Especially if it's in December.
That's it.
Hey, if you want to come to West Virginia and beat my bag, bitch, I'm down, man.
I might do that.
I mean, I could put on a lidocaine patch, pull your socks up. I fed your ass, slapped you, whatever you needed, man. It was good. Yeah. We had a lot of fun that day.
I'll come be your bag, bitch. Absolutely. That'll be fun. I know I don't have to yell at you. I just have to say, hey, go pick it up. Let's go. How you going to lift it?
Yeah. Just give me my Rice Krispie treat for crying out loud, man.
I'll give you your Rice Krispie treat for sure.
Give me that greatness extreme. I need to get jacked up.
That's
it. That too.
Lightened up.
That is definitely probably one of the best. It's one of the absolute worst tasting things I've ever drinking as far as an energy drink goes, or pre-workout goes. But as far as function, it is probably the best function.
Well, you got to remember when that was put together, there's 17 active ingredients. It's really a bitch to flavor.
I don't care what it tastes like. I care how it works.
You were taking it for effect. Now, I still think Brian should have just said, there's a drop of his Ray-Ban sweat in there in every serving. That's why it tastes good. But that's why you'd be strong like Brian Shaw.
That's why it tastes
that would actually be funny. That's why it tastes right.
Got the essential amino acids in it.
Yeah, hands down. It's unreal. It really is.
It is by far the best one I've ever used. So, all right, shameless plug there for Brian's product.
Oh yeah.
Hell, while we're at it, because I can see the Evolution Athletics back there. I mean, I do really dig the new sleeves. These 9 mils, those are nice.
Yeah, the 9 mil sleeves are just just money.
I gotta get me a pair. I keep saying it, but I keep forgetting.
You did a good job with those.
I like the new triple plies.
Well, you know what? Just because you're special, you get them for everyone else. And I'm watching a video. I'm watching. I'm like, wait a second, what the hell? Because at first I saw them, I was like, what are those? And I stopped the video, ran it back, blew it up. Like fucking A. He's got, and then he's the belt. I can't wait till all that shit comes out.
That's what I'm waiting on. Is that
the belt's sick. The belt's awesome.
I know. Rub it in all of our faces.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the belt's awesome.
Exactly. Every time I see it, I'm like, man, I need a new lever belt too. And it's just like man,
well, I don't know, Nick. So how much longer do we have to wait till we get that stuff?
You know what? I have not talked to the man in a bit. He's a little busy right now.
I know.
So I don't know the release dates, but I will try to reach out and find out again.
Well, you know what? He's going to be here next week. So
there you go. You can ask him yourself.
I'll pick him up at the airport, so I'll ask him. So that's another shameless plug. Like, hey, for our show, Brian Shaw will be here on Friday night.
That's
doing a seminar at our facility at the Missouri Athletic Center here in Columbia, Missouri. And the Priestley Speed School is inside it. He'll be there for 3 hours on Friday night. And he'll be at the show all day on Saturday. So a great opportunity to see Brian. Not much like 5-6 weeks out from the Shaw Classic. He's large and in charge, and he's looking good, and
he's looking.
He's going to bring. Yeah. He's going to bring. He's definitely bringing the heat to the show. I'm glad that we've got a great crew of guys going out that are going to help. If we can just keep him from doing too much the 5 days before the show.
Yeah,
right.
That's key. But it's Brian, so no one can drive his truck and no one can drive the forklift, but he will. But I don't know. They were moving some stuff today, so it'll be interesting. I can't wait to see that show. It'll be nice that we all know it's his last one. We were there for Worlds, and it was his last one. It's kind of just watching,
it was great.
Having been there. Like I remember meeting him in 2006 at his first show.
Yeah.
Yes, we all cried. It's okay. We felt sad.
That's it.
But see him at the Shaw Classic. In a perfect storybook ending, he'll win.
Right.
I'm sorry, but as a coach of an athlete, I want to see my guy three-peat. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
If he does it, he's going to have to earn it because you know what? Brian is looking wow. Yeah, it's going to be a wow. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. And to be honest with you, Mitchell Hooper's looking pretty gnarly.
Yeah, no,
it'll be
it's going to be
squatted with him Saturday.
It's going to be a fun show to watch.
That's it. Now I want to have do you happen to see that video of Trey and Nick eating that 2 foot 5 pound burrito?
And
did that meet his macros?
Yeah, it probably exceeded his macros, but we won't tell Nathan. I don't remember. No, this is funny because I'm going to say this because it's like we're sitting there because we stayed with Trey's parents during Worlds, so we're all in the same house. It's like and Mom kind of threw him under the bus, saying how Trey likes his sweets and his gravy, which I thought was funny as shit. So I told that to Nathan. He goes, it's Texas. It's anabolic. Gravy's anabolic. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I will say this: since Trey hired Nathan Payton, he is performing better and he's leaner and bigger, which I didn't.
Shit, he was doing pull-ups down over here when he was here for the power slap. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and making him look extremely easy.
That's a close to a 400-pound man doing pull-ups.
Yep.
And he just, I don't know if you saw his latest one. It was his last side handle deadlift before Giants Live. He pulled 10-10 for a triple. Damn. With plenty left in the tank. It's just
I saw that.
He's just it's going to be interesting. It's an interesting year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see what these guys do at the Shaw. I can't wait to see what everybody does at the Central USA. It's going to be fun to watch. And I mean, it's a fan of the sport. You need to tune into these things, and they're both going to be on. They'll both be live streamed.
Yeah,
both on
ADL Live will be live streamed, both of them. So
that's it. And the link will be in the notes.
Click the link.
That's it.
Click the link.
Click the link. Because honestly, click the link because that helps pay the athletes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we want to do. We want to give back to the sport, give back to what we all love to watch. Because I say it over and over. Like I watched it when I was younger, but then getting tied into this now, it's like it's really like opened my eyes more to what I didn't really notice when I first started watching. Because there's when you watch it when you're young, you just damn that is crazy. But then the actual technique and the way it needs to be done is crazy.
Well, I think the cool thing is then actually you get there and you actually meet the guys, and I think that's I think that's what's kept me coming. But it's like the people, man. It's the people. It's like the friendships, the lifelong friendships. I mean, it was funny because Grant Higa was just in Colorado, so he was out at Brian's place, and I must have got a workout or something. But he posted something up about like in 2014 when all the guys came out to our show, like we had a sponsor for the hotel, which was not the greatest of hotels, So I got to hear about that on Grant's story today, with Brian calling big time, and he kept calling Brian big time Brian. Sometimes Brian doesn't return your call exactly when you want him to, or whatever. It's like he's Brian fucking Shaw.
I think that's going to stick. That might stick.
Big time Brian Shaw. There you go.
Yeah, I think that might stick.
So, and it's funny because Grant hashtag big time. So I thought it was funny.
Big time Brian.
But again, like big time Brian.
He's
you know,
gonna
but
kill us.
Well, he probably can. I think I can still outrun him.
Yeah.
For now.
I still can.
Well, the good thing is with my new job, I can probably outshoot him. So
This is true. Just like my dad said, hey, I'll just shoot you in the thigh. It'll be a flesh wound. You'll live.
yeah, I had to qualify today, by the way.
Did you?
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah.
So you got your qualification for the in-house?
Yeah, and it wasn't my gun. My gun's still getting worked on. I shot a 294 out of 300.
Nice.
So on my test, I did really good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Next time
really
I come, we
excited.
got to go to the range. Then that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
I haven't been to the
sure.
range. I haven't been to the range since like 30 years. Really?
Shit,
Okay.
Nick just shouldered a 50 cal standing.
No, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
That was awesome.
That was fun. And we did it again today, except for this time I hit the X.
Oh man,
Shoulder firing, I hit the X,
There you go.
holding that heavy ass gun. So I was pretty happy with that.
That's awesome, man.
it looks like a regular machine gun in your arm.
Right. That's why when he's holding, I'm like looking like that's like a 50 cal. Like
Yeah.
to a normal person, that's like huge. Like looking at Nick, it looked like a
Nerf gun.
Yeah, well, that's the cool part about like getting to work down there. I go in there a couple days a week. I wanted to intern because I just wanted to learn more about guns and stuff. And I talked to Chris, the GM of the place, and I was like, I'd like to intern just so I can learn more because I know enough about shooting to be dangerous. I want to know enough about shooting to be safe, and I just want to learn more about it. And she's like, well, I can't have you intern, but she goes, I'd hire you in a second. I'll just put you on the books, and when you want to work, just let me know, and you can come in and do whatever you want. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yep. And unfortunately for her, she's no longer the most famous.
No, you didn't just do that.
I did.
Oh my
say-
God. It's Nick Best.
Nick Best.
Can I get a picture?
Yeah.
Nick Best. You hold
Hey,
my baby.
A
Nick
half
Best.
hour,
You-
a half hour into
Will
his
you
shit.
will you sign right here?
Here.
Right?
Well, you know,
Oh.
but it's cool. It's cool.
We're gonna
It's-
leave in 10 minutes. We're gonna leave in 10 minutes. 2 hours later. Fuck, let's get Nick so we can get the hell out of here.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
all
that's my job when we're out and about.
It's all good. It was I found it amusing as hell. It's funny.
Oh yeah.
No, it's cool. And I love meeting the people. I love
Oh,
talking
yeah.
to people and stuff like that. So it's just worth it to me. I mean, I enjoy it. So, but
we
cool.
understand, but
Yeah.
it's just the inside joke.
yeah, I know.
Well,
But man, I tell you what, I had a ball. Like today, I was like, wow. And it's just the things I've learned in just 3 weeks. My shooting's improved like night and day, and it just
that's
keeps getting better. And Colton's awesome because he runs me through shit stuff and he teaches me technique. And there's a lot of very good techniques with that. And I mean, when it comes to shooting, he's the man. He knows all the techniques, and we just go through it, and it's just cool. I mean, I eventually want to get to where I can score a 300. I think once I get my gun back, because it's getting milled and we're getting the optics put on it. Because what I did today, I did with iron sights, so that was pretty cool. I was very happy with that.
But my question, were you wearing your readers when you were doing it?
No,
Oh, wow. There you
Yeah.
go.
No.
But he did get a pair of special safety glasses to wear so he can.
yeah, I do have safety glasses. I have to wear.
I had LASIK, so if it's far away, I can see it. If it's close up, I can't see shit. So
Yeah, you're gonna have a problem because I think it's 3 meters, 7 meters, and 15 meters is the distances.
I'm good there. It's just like staring at a computer screen. I can't see shit. Other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll do good.
And just because I want to give Nick's your guys' sponsor, a shameless plug, like the barbell apparel, like when Nick puts on the jeans, it just all the ladies out there, they were checking them out. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
They
they do accentuate the curves.
Yeah, there was a lot. Yeah, they were like painted on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, painted. It looked like holy smokes.
Love you.
Hey, I'm just saying. You know what? You get a nice ass for a 50-year-old dude.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm still doing okay. I can, still.
Oh, you know what? You remember the movie Space Cowboys?
Yes.
That's honestly,
that's gonna be us.
That's gonna be us when we're like 75, maybe. But those guys were supposed to be in their 50s and 60s. My ass don't look like that.
I'm not that far off of that.
Yeah, but my ass ain't gonna look like a flat pancake, man. I gotta fucking keep squatting, dude.
That's it.
Yeah, same.
I don't care if I gotta hip thrust to keep that ass up there. I will.
Well, it definitely looks like you guys both work out a little bit.
A little bit.
Smidge.
A little bit. And that's like, Jesus, we're gonna be 110 combined in November.
Yeah,
that's a lot of old man.
That is right. We both get our senior discount.
Fuck yeah, man! I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. I'll be ordering off that seniors mini. Fuck yeah! I mean, dude, it's funny. I mean, yes, I will. I have no problem with it. ARP discount, whatever you want to give me.
Give it to me.
I mean, actually, I'm really, because of the way society is today, I identify as 65 because I'd like to get my Social Security now. I mean, you think they would let me? Is that cool?
No.
Well,
oh, wait, you can identify as anything else you want, but you can't identify as being older.
You can't identify as being retired.
But yes, you can be Chad the cat, though.
What's that?
Chad the cat.
Yes, I could be a cat.
You could be a cat.
I could be a woman.
No.
Oh.
No.
All right.
Well, you're stretching a little farther.
We're getting way off topic. So this is what we'll do. Drop the name of the show, the date and the time, and then Nick, you know what to do after that.
Okay.
The Central USA Strength Expo will be held July the 8th. And in that show, we have the Pro Strongman League Masters Championships that will start at 8 a.m. And then at 2 p.m., we will have the 22nd Central USA Strongman Strongwoman Challenge. And just for the record, the day before, Brian Shaw Seminar, July the 7th. That will be from 6 to 9. It's going to be a great time. We'd love to have all of you come out and watch it in person, or at least log in and buy the ADL live stream.
Right on. Please do that. Absolutely get the ADL live stream. Support the guys. Support Chad. Support Strongman. And if you like this, please share, subscribe, and like. And as always, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be.
You're listening to The Best Experience with Nick Best.